अत विश्वेश विश्वास्मन्
अत विश्वेश विश्वात्मन्
विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे
विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे
स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्ति
स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्ति
दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु
हृदं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु
अत विश्वेश विश्वात्मन्
अत विश्वेश विश्वात्मन्
विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे
विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे
स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्ति
स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्ति
दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु
दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु
अत विश्वेश
विश्वेश विश्वात्मन्
विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे
मूर्ते स्वकेषु मे
स्नेहपाशम् इमं
स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्ति
दृढं पाण्डुषु
दृढं पाण्डुषु
वृष्णिषु.
वृष्णिषु.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Avai Charanavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Synonyms. Atra, therefore.
Ata, therefore.
Therefore. Vishwa Isha, O Lord of the universe.
Vishwa Isha, O Lord
of the universe.
Vishwa Atman, O soul of the universe.
Vishwa
Atman, O soul of the
universe.
Vishwa Murte, O personality of the universal form.
Vishwa Murte, O personality of the universal form.
Universal form.
Swakeshu, unto my own kinsmen.
Swakeshu,
unto my own kinsmen.
May my.
May my.
May my.
Sneha Pasham, tie of affection.
Sneha Pasham, tie of affection.
Imam this.
Imam this.
Imam this.
Chindanti, sorry. Chindi, cut off.
Cut off.
Chindi, cut off.
Dradam, deep.
Dradam,
deep.
Deep.
Pandushu for the Pandavas.
Pandushu for the Pandavas.
Vrishnishu for the Vrishni also.
Vrishnishu for the Vrishnis also.
Translation, please repeat after me. O Lord of the universe.
O Lord
of the universe.
O soul of the universe.
Soul of the universe.
O personality of the form of the universe.
O personality of the form of the universe.
Please therefore.
Please therefore.
Sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis.
Sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis.
Purport.
Purport. A pure devotee of the Lord is ashamed to ask anything in self-interest from the Lord. But the householders are sometimes obliged to ask favors from the Lord, being bound by the tie of family affection. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact, and therefore she prayed to the Lord to cut off the affectionate tie from her own kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. The Pandavas are her own sons, and the Rishnis are the members of her paternal family. Krishna was equally related to both the families. Both the families required the Lord's help because both were dependent devotees of the Lord. Srimati Kunti Devi wished Sri Krishna to remain with her sons, the Pandavas, but by his doing so, her paternal house would be bereft of the benefit. All these partialities troubled the mind of Kunti, and therefore she desired to cut off the affectionate tie. A pure devotee cuts off the limited ties of affection for his family and widens his activities of devotional service for all forgotten souls. The typical example is the band of 6 Goswamis who followed the path of Lord Chaitanya. All of them belonged to the most enlightened and cultured rich families of the higher castes, but for the benefit of the mass of population, they left their comfortable homes and became mendicants. To cut off all family affection means to broaden the field of activities. Without doing this, no one can be qualified as a Brahmana, a king, a public leader, or a devotee of the Lord. The personality of Godhead as an ideal king showed this by example. Sri Ramachandra cut off the tie of affection for his beloved wife to manifest the qualities of an ideal king. Such personalities as a Brahmana, a devotee, a king, or a public leader must be very broad-minded in discharging their respective duties. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact, and being weak, she prayed to be free from such bondage of family affection. The Lord is addressed as the Lord of the universe, or the Lord of the universal mind, indicating his all-powerful ability to cut the hard knot of family affection. Therefore, it is sometimes experienced that the Lord, out of his special affinity towards a weak devotee, breaks the family affection by force of circumstances arranged by his all-powerful energy. By doing so, he causes the devotee to become completely dependent on him and thus clears the path for his going back to Godhead.
हरि ओम तत्सत्। मम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामी येति नामिने। नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामथाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hariharaya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopala Govindaram, Sri Madhusudanam, Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim, Yat Kripa Tamham Mande, Sri Gurum Dinatharinam, Paramananda Madhavam, Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram, Hari Om Tat Sat. Very beautiful words. Very beautiful words. So if you see the words, Atha, Vishvesha Viswatman Visvamurte Swakeshu. So in three different angles, Krishna is addressed as the Lord of the universe, as the Lord of the soul of the universe and personality of the form of the universe. And what is that she is demanding? She is demanding Sneha Pasham Imam Sindhi. Cut the Pasham, the affection. Imam Sindhi, from where? Dridam Pandushu Vrishnishu. From both the Pandu family, Vrishni family. Kunti already told that I'm a woman. What can I understand about you? So a woman has actually two, what can I say? Yeah, a woman has two family. Man has got only one family. Women got two families. So man has got affection for one family, but a woman has got affection for two families. One is father's family and another is husband's family. Therefore, she is telling Pandushu and Vrishnishu. So Pandushu means husband's family and Vrishnishu means father's family. Krishna's father Vasudeva and Vasudeva's sister is Kunti Devi. Therefore, she belonged to the Vrishni family, Yadu family, from the father's side. And from the husband's side, she belonged to the Kuru family. So the Pandushu, they later became Pandus, the Kuru dynasty, because Dhritarashtra wanted to separate them from Kuru. So they became Pandu family. So Kuru family ended with Dhritarashtra. And Pandu family it has become. So because Kuru dynasty, actually, the best of the Kurus was addressed by Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. But still, they are called Pandushu only because Dhritarashtra wanted separate. They want to be the Kuru and not the Pandavas. So the Kuru destroyed. Now Pandavas became the real Kurus. They were the real Kurus anyway. So Kunti Devi, she wants, cut off the affection. Cut off the affection. This is the beauty. Krishna, she's praying. She's praying that Sneha Pasham Idam. Sneha Pasham. Pasham means rope. We are bound up by the ropes of affection to the family. This family or that family. Everyone is bound up. This family combination is called Maya. We are living entities. We are being washed away by the waves of material nature. So many times Prabhupada has given the quote of the, not quote, maybe quote, in some purport he has written. So just like the waves of the river carry so many straws scattered here and there. And sometimes when whirlwind, all the straws meet together in the water. So this is our meeting. I am the father. Oh, you are the son. She is the wife. He is the grandson and he is father. So in this way, our mixing up in a group of family is called exactly like the assembly of some straws in the waves of the river. It has no meaning actually. Just like the straws, they gather together by the movement of the waves. And again, by the movement of the wave, the straws are scattered here and there. Here and there. So, like that. So we may think, okay, I am an Indian, I have a family, you are European, you have a family, you are American, you have a family. But where we are from the family, we are scattered. This is practical. We don't have any more connection with our father, mother, children. So we are now gathered in another group. So the best group to gather is Krishna Consciousness Society or ISKCON. Because this gives you the true relationship with Krishna and not like straws in the waves that we get together and we detach. No. So for that, the detachment in the material world, Kunti is praying. Vairagya Vidya Nijabhakti Yoga. So Krishna, you demand anything, Krishna will sanction. That is Krishna. We wanted to, our suffering is due to our attachment, affection. So what do you call? Kunti is asking to cut off this particular affection, not to escape from the suffering. Suffering, she said, you give me all the suffering, calamities. Let the calamity come, because in calamities you are there. I'm seeing you. So I am not asking to escape from the calamity. Calamity I welcome. But this attachment, I don't want. Very beautiful, Kunti is very, very peculiar prayer. It is very peculiar prayer. Because she has very clear vision that owing to the attachment to the families, that entanglement keeps one away from Krishna. So she is demanding whatever keeps Krishna in life. She demanded, let all the calamity come again and again so that you will be with us, so that we can see you. This is one requirement. Another requirement, cut off this attachment with the Pandushu and Vrishnishu, because this will keep me away from you. So beautiful, this particular prayer of Kunti is wonderful, very intelligent. She is not actually behaving like women at all. It's a Paramahamsa statement, whatever she's speaking. Krishna gives whatever you want to desire. There are two things, of course. Desire means you want something for which you don't deserve. Krishna won't give you. There are two things. First of all, I must deserve. Then I should desire. Suppose if I want to become a king, then I must have the pious activities behind me so that I can become a king. And Krishna can fulfill. It is not that because you have pious activity, you will become king. That is not possible. Krishna only can fulfill. Every desire is to be fulfilled by Krishna, whether it is material or spiritual. So the best course of action will be engage or dovetail all our efforts into Krishna consciousness or service to Krishna, because he is the fulfiller here. He is the fulfiller. Why you don't serve them? A family man, if the head of the family is the provider to the family member, they all like to serve him. And Krishna is the supreme provider and protector. When we know that even our desire, which even a husband or a head of the family cannot fulfill, Krishna can fulfill everyone's desire if you deserve. In this statement, it is very clear. And she is desiring that let the affection of my Kurus, Pandusu and Vrishnishu be cut off, Chindi. Let it be cut off. This is a very beautiful verse. So Krishna can sanction anything. But Krishna has told that Bhaktyam Mam Abhijanati. Why should you go and ask for something? You give me that, you give me that, you give me my daily bread. Not required. He is the desire fulfiller. If you deserve, that is one thing. But see the Radharani. She has purchased Krishna. Okay. So the devotees are always want to serve Krishna. Then what will happen when you become a devotee of the Lord? Then we have to be completely cleansed of the material attachments. So Kunti is here to ask for remove the attachment so that, that becomes qualification. Vairagya, Vidya, Nijabhakti Yoga. So this particular Vairagya is very important, praised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. And just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was only 24 years old when adorable wife was there, beautiful wife. Very serving mother, so affectionate mother. He gave up everything and took sannyasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was a grahastha. He was so much honored that by his only direction of his finger, lakhs of people would immediately join him as he started the civil disobedience movement against Qazi. We have seen that in Guru Maharaj's class. His position was very respectable in Nadia. So like that, whatever we have attachment to this material thing, within no moment you must be able to give up for Krishna. This Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami simply gave up the royal position and respect and abundant wealth and a very comfortable life with so many servants and respect. So even by king comes to take advice from them. So such a position, they just, tucham. They just didn't care for that. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for, they simply came. This is wanted. No affection to where they are. Pundarik Vidyanati, this Gadadhar Pandit and Mukunda, they have witnessed. Very royal family, very royal opulence and so many servants. But when Mukunda sang one song related to Krishna, that's all. This particular Pundarik Premanidhi got into ecstasy and he fainted. So this is wanted. Though there may be opulence around, but there is no affection towards the opponents. The affection is 100% to Krishna only and nothing else. This is wanted. So in this way, when we become a devotee, Radharani will recommend to Krishna, he's a nice devotee, please accept. Then Krishna has to accept because Radharani, she has purchased Krishna. That is affection. So this is very, very important, that how renunciation in this verses Kunti is exhibiting. Please cut off. So who can cut off? You cannot cut off. You cannot detach. Okay. You cannot become affectionless. You are not stone. Affection will be there. Otherwise, Kunti could have done. She's such a devotee. Why is she asking Krishna to cut off the affection? Because good or bad, transcendental or material, anything you want, it has to be only sanctioned by Krishna. Only Krishna can give you. You cannot really obtain anything on your own. Karma, phala, these both are awarded by Krishna only. Not that because you are deserved, you will get it. No. After deserving, you have to also demand it. Pray for that. Then Krishna will give you. Unless otherwise you desire, Krishna won't give you. So you have to desire. So love of Krishna is to be desired. It's not an easy thing obtainable. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has distributed this love of Krishna to anyone and everyone. Even to Jagai and Madai. Narottam Das Thakur was appraising that. Papi Tapi Chatachilo Hariname Udarilo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so magnanimous that he delivered all kinds of sinful men. So like that, we have to get detached from this particular material world, not by any kind of mechanical means like Vishwamitra to get more entangled. Okay, but like Haridas Thakura, by taking shelter of Krishna, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Even Muslims' beatings could not even harm his body. What to speak of taking away his life? And the king and the Qazi came and fell at the feet like a rod. And they gave him all freedom. And they begged forgiveness. And the king is telling, I have committed sins against you, which is unforgivable sins. He realizes that. The king realizes. I have committed the sins that are unforgivable. Offense is unforgivable. But you please forgive me. I don't have any option. He was very fearful about the consequence of his action against Sri Haridas Thakura. When Sri Haridas Thakura was got out from the Ganges and walking away with the chanting of the holy name with all other Brahmanas. So king came there. It's not that king called him. King has come to him and begged forgiveness. He caught the lotus feet of Haridas Thakura and cried. So this particular, this thing is very important. When one devotee surrenders to Krishna, then this kind of affection and attachment will automatically wither away. And here Kunti is asking, in one word she asked, please let all calamity come, because coming calamity, seeing a calamity means seeing you. For me, that is my experience. So based on that experience, I want all the calamity. I don't want it to end because you are leaving. You think all the calamity ended, we are safe. So you are leaving. No, we are not safe. Let the calamity come again and let us see you. Another point here, she is telling, please, Chindi, the Pasham, to Pandushu and Vrishnishu. I don't want this affection with the Pandushu and Vrishnishu. It's a very beautiful word. Shantha, Gopi, you would like to add anything? Please.
तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरम्. So very, very amazing verse where we are seeing like how Kunti Maharani is requesting to cut off the ties between Pandusu and Vrishnishu. Pandus and Vrishnis. Vrishni is her parental family, and Pandu family is where she got married and came, her in-laws. So now, why is she doing it is explained in the second paragraph by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. So Prabhupada is explaining that first she is wishing that Krishna doesn't want, she doesn't want Krishna to leave the Pandus. The Pandavas are very helpless and they were continuously being protected by Krishna. Now, another danger came when Krishna, even in the war, before the war, they had so many situations. She's listing the situations. They were setting fire to the house. They were giving poison to Bhima. In this way, so many calamities, but in every calamity, Krishna was saving them. And then the Kurukshetra war, of course, was the biggest, and the victory was possible only by Krishna. And now the war is over, everything is over. Krishna wanted to leave. And when he's just climbing on the, before the 5 sons of Draupadi were killed. And then Arjuna was chasing the Ashwatthama released Brahmastra. Then he was captured. Then Krishna said, okay, now he is shaven the head and is almost like dead. All other supporters are also not there. Let us leave. He is just leaving. While he's on the chariot, again Uttara is running, coming, saying that my pregnancy is getting disturbed. My dear Lord, I can see a very bright light coming, focusing on the fetus in my womb. So I feel somebody is trying to kill my baby. Then Krishna understands, okay, again Ashwatthama has released the Vrajeshwar in order to destroy the last heir of the Pandu family. Then immediately Krishna enters the womb and protects the baby from the Brahmastra. Not protects, actually the fetus is destroyed. Krishna gives the life again. So there is a reason told by Acharyas that why the life is given again. Why he was brought? Because in order to speak Bhagavatam, he will stay for some days as a king, and very short duration Parikshit Maharaj lived in this world. And in order to listen Srimad Bhagavatam in 7 days, how somebody can perfect their life, which is impossible by any other process. Like Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga, people have faith on Varnashrama principle, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. People have that Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra will progress step by step like this. So Karma Yoga is also a failure. In 7 days, it is not possible to live Dharma, Artha, and Kama, Moksha. At the same time, so this Bhakti is called Panchama Purushartha, the fifth Purushartha. So first Dharma means going to Brahmacharya, one will read, then Artha is economical development, and then get married, Kama, then get married and have children and increase the sense gratificatory facilities, and then at last Moksha. Moksha means give up everything and go to the forest, like Bharata Maharaj. Even Bharata Maharaj did that, and he followed the Varnashrama principle as directed by his father, Rishabhadev, who is even an incarnation of Krishna. But this Bharata Maharaj, whom India or this entire Bharatavarsha is named after this Bharata Maharaj, he is the son of Rishabhadeva. And that Bharata Maharaj also made a mistake. Then he got attached to a deer or something. He didn't consult a spiritual master. He didn't have a spiritual master. His father asked him to take a spiritual master. But he went through the Varnashrama principle and he fell down. And this is Karma Yoga also will end up, because a very nice family, very beautiful wife, everything is renounced. And they went away. He went away, this Bharata Maharaj. But at last he again became a deer. He became attached to a deer in the forest. A big kingdom. How many citizens he could have protected, made them Krishna conscious. But anyway, because of the absence of Guru and a proper association of pure devotees. This is mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. The reason for Bharata Maharaj falling. So Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, that yoga process, which is called Karma Yoga, properly living a family life and then leading at the end of the life in old age, I will read Bhagavad Gita, I will read Bhagavatam, I will go to Kshetra. This will never work, because you may die young. Now look at the Kali Yuga. People are dying in Corona. People are dying even in young age. The son dies before the father. In this way, so many calamities are happening. Accidents are happening. Young children, young boys are dying just in a bike accident. It's just dead. So we cannot say that in old age I will do, because you may not even see an old age. You may die before that. So nothing should be postponed. Parikshit Maharaj was very young. Even, it is Kali Yuga, so we are being young and old. No, Parikshit Maharaj got a curse, and he was a young boy, young king. And he also died very early, and he had only 7 days to perfect his life, and he wanted a process. after death. I want to become a perfect for after death. And people are always very smart in arranging everything in this present life and proud about themselves, my intelligence, and it will all be smashed in no time. No time, it will be smashed. So an intelligent person will think of after death. What will I arrange for after death? What is the process I'm following simultaneously? Apart from living the present life simultaneously. And if a process can bring us a lifestyle which is very joyful, at the same time benefit after death experience, then it is very wonderful. That is Bhakti Yoga. So in Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga also, in 7 days, it is not possible. Simply to practice a breathing process takes years, months or years. Pranayama, Pratyahara, Niyama, Dharana. So many processes are there. And it all takes very, very long time. And Krishna wanted to show how within 7 days somebody can perfect by Bhakti Yoga. That is Shravanam, Kirtanam. So the best example for Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj, and Kirtanam is Sukadev Goswami. We were questioning and answering. And then one in Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful verse. Bhaktaram yajna tapasam sarvalokam haishwaram suhridam sarva bhutanam yatva shanti mruchati. People are looking for peace. They want, okay, Atma Shanti. I'm looking for peace of death also. I want proper. And then even after death, you want. That is also Krishna is telling. Janma karma cha me divyam jivam yoveti tathat tyaktva deham punarjanma. Tyaktva deham. So while leaving the body, punarjanma. So he's telling Janma karma cha me divyam. My appearance and activities are transcendental, not like any other child. Any other, anybody else, okay, special, divyam. Evam yobeti tattvataha. Whoever is understanding this with tattva, hearing this with tattva. Tyaktva deham punarjan. Tyaktva deham. So when you leave this body, tyaktva deham. So after that, Krishna is explaining what will happen to a person who is listening to Krishna Katha, who is believing, who's involving in Krishna consciousness. Of course, in various process also, which develops love for Krishna, that is even higher. Punarjanmana iti mameti sovartina. So Parikshit Maharaj was very intelligent. He took up this. Janma karma cha me divyam. What are all the incarnations of Krishna? How Krishna appeared? How the universe was created? Who created first? So you say that war happened. Krishna instructed to, Arjuna is also asking similar question to Krishna, that you say that you instructed to Vivaswan Manave Praha, you are instructing to some god, but you appeared just now to Vasudeva and Devaki, and then you lived in Vrindavan Yashoda with Yashoda Nanda, then you came back here to Dwaraka, got married. I know your life history. How do you know, how is this possible that you instructed to sun god who is millions and millions of life before Vivaswan was there? Vivaswan millions of lives, millions of years before. How is it possible? Arjuna is asking to Krishna. Then Krishna says that I remember all my past, future, and present. But you remember, you were also there when I was instructing, but you don't remember. In this way. So Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga by breathing process not possible within 7 days. And then again, Jnana Yoga by learning of scriptures. They learn and learn and learn the 4 Vedas which are compiled, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva, Yeman, Samhita, Vova. So many scriptures reading will not benefit anything because it's not in a short duration impossible. So every yoga failed where simply questioning about Krishna and discussion about Krishna Katha. Machitta Madgada Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kadayantastama Nityam Tushyanti Charamajja. Simply the Krishna Katha discussion was very interestingly, very, very not in an official manner, not in a mechanical manner, not because it's a rule, not like that. By own free will, very happily hearing and discussing. People may think that, okay, these people are wasting their time, but actually, with the very best well-wishers of the society, do this process, like Lord Shiva and Parvati are continuously discussing about Krishna Katha. Shiva is said to be the in charge of Tamaguna and also in charge of destruction. Same way, Brahma is so much lovingly discussing about Krishna, like Haridas Thakur we are seeing right now in the Chaitanya Leela. Haridasa Thakura, he is Brahma, and he didn't have any other duty, taking bath in Ganges and chanting Hare Krishna. and encouraging all the people of the village in order to chant. Even a prostitute was sent. He made her a devotee. And she became pure devotee. She attained Bhava. It's mentioned in Charitamrita. She just went to Tulsi and she was just chanting Hare Krishna, which was given by her spiritual master, Haridas Thakur. In this way, initiated her. In this way, great personalities, the universal in charge is not busy. I am busy, I am busy, I am busy, I am busy. This busyness will never end because you have your priorities and choices. So we have to choose our priority and choice. That this is my priority. Brahma, he is the universal ruler. And he is Haridas Thakur, he is constantly chanting Hare Krishna. Great personalities do these activities. Then we should understand, oh, you are not managing the universal affairs of 14 planetary systems where Devas, Asuras are there and so many rain has to come, this has to come. Big management, big position, very busy man. But his primary duty is Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Sandasadeva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yanjyama Sundaramachintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Brahma Samita. Brahma's truth, Brahma's Sakti, Brahma's singing. Brahma is explaining his truth and vision, what he has seen. Golokayeva Nivasati. So he is continuously singing and thinking of Krishna. This is proved. And you may say that no, they are all very busy. Some demigods, they are very busy. And they think, why this Brahma and Shiva is always discussing about Krishna like this? And so, in this way, none of the yoga process was successful, but Parikshit Maharaj was saved by Krishna in the fetus. That we saw, Uttara was coming, Krishna on Kunti was really scared that there is only one here, and beautifully that here was saved by Krishna in the womb. So now she is thinking, now Krishna is leaving. Even at this present, there was a Brahmastra, even when Krishna was leaving. So who will protect the Pandavas if Krishna is leaving? Please don't leave Krishna. But where is Krishna going? We are going to see after this beautiful. Now the prayer will finish in another 2-3 verses, in another one of verses. Next, Krishna will be very happy, smiling, and he wants to leave. Then Pandavas will cry, please, Krishna, we miss you so much. Please don't go. This is the devotion. This is the affection, and Krishna reciprocates. And then he stays, and then he goes to Dwaraka, where his family, Vrishnis, are waiting. Yadus and Vrishnis, they are waiting. Kunti has 2 families. One is like Yadu and Vrishni. She is actually born in a particular family. And then she was, Krishna has 2 families, Vrishnis and Yadus. Krishna is also called Yadava, also called Vrishni. In this way. So, because Kunti Maharani, actually, she was born in another family. How she is married in a Kshatriya family, but still Vasudeva is the brother who is Vaishya. It's because actually she was born to another father, and then she was adopted by Kunti Bhoja king. So there is a kingdom called Kunti Bhoja. So he wanted a qualified daughter. Then rishis and munis, they told she is a very qualified daughter. Then she was adopted. So in this way, she has 2 families also. So in this way, she also has Vaishya brothers and sisters from her birth family. There Vasudeva is coming as a brother. So Vrishnikula. So she also wants Krishna to go back to that Vasudeva and family, where the Dwaraka also has to be protected. Now all of them are inimical. Many kings are inimical towards both Pandavas as well as Krishna, who supported them. So they will keep attacking Dwaraka also. Mathura and Dwaraka, they will keep attacking. And also, so she was thinking, my parental family also has to be protected. So now she is in a confusion whether to send off Krishna or to make him stay. Please don't go. If she so much requested, Krishna is very respectful and loving to elders, and he will obey and he will stay back. But now she's worried what will happen to the Krishna's. That side also requires protection, because everybody is inimical towards them, because they have taken the rulership of Hastinapura. And the main reason they know for the victory is Krishna. Moreover, Arjuna was married to Subhadra. So in this way, both families require protection. So she was thinking, why am I confused and thinking that Krishna has to go so that they require protection. Krishna has to stay because they require protection. In this way, why I am materially requesting Krishna to protect me or take some help? That is in the second paragraph, Prabhupada is explaining. And then in the last paragraph, so beautifully, she's requesting actually to cut off the relationship between Vrishnis and Pandavas. Please, Pandavas and Vrishnis, you cut off the relationship so that I can think straight, I can think properly. This is a beautiful, beautiful situation. This devotee is put into very hardship, very difficult situation, very bad situation. Because in order to cut the knots, doesn't mean that they leave the family and go. That is a physical movement of yogis and jnanis do that. Yogis and jnanis leave the home, leave the family and go. This is not, and of course, karmis are very entangled, they stick back with the family. But a devotee will appropriately do whether to leave or to stay according to the will of Krishna and Guru. That is a devotee. But she is asking to remove the mental entanglement she is having with the Vrishnis and the others, which is making her request Krishna to protect her, stay back or go. This shouldn't be the case out of love and affection. She should now use to see that Yudhishthira will request Krishna, please stay here out of love and affection. They can call, then Krishna will stay. So she's telling to remove this. So such personalities as Brahmana, a devotee, a king or a public leader must be very broad-minded to discharge their respective duties. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact and being weak. She is weak because of the affection. Whereas they have to carry out their duty as a king. They cannot be keep protected and this and that and that. So, being weak, she prayed to be free from such bondage of family affection. See, you may see that, okay, Bharata Maharaj went to forest, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. No, Kunti is a woman. She has to continue staying with her children. She has to continue staying at home. She doesn't have protection going alone. I am a yogini, and she'll walk into the forest. Or she will go into some mutt and she'll become a full-time person in a mutt. No. She continued to stay with Pandava, but at the same time, she's so intelligent. You can see here, she's asking to cut the knot of affection. Such bondage of family affection, all affection should be directed towards Krishna. The Lord is addressed, and based on that, for example, Guru Maharaj, all his affection is in the lotus feet of Prabhupada and Gauranga. Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Panchatattva, all affection, all. And as a result, the love which he is showing towards everybody else is transcendental in nature. The affection is not material. Pouring the water to the root will automatically nourish all the leaves and fruits and twigs. Same way, pouring all our love towards Krishna will automatically nourish a loving relationship between everybody around us. So she didn't actually mean to run away from the family or go away from the home, which generally Bharata Maharaj did and he fell down. But she is staying back. The Lord is addressed as a very intelligent lady, Mahabhagavata Bhakta. The Lord is addressed as the Lord of the universe or the Lord of the universal mind, indicating his all-powerful ability to cut the knot of family. So, Jagannatha, who Jagat ka Nath, she has specially calling you Lord of the universe and Atma of the universe. Atma of the universe. Please cut this knot. He can cut the knot where, like Prabhu was mentioning a very beautiful example. Prabhupada mentions this in many places, like how in a river you see that some dust and some straws, they all come together, leaves, dry leaves. They all go like a group. And you'll seriously think they are a group. But as the water flows, gradually, the leaves and twigs will move here and there, and they take different stream courses. And gradually they move away from each other and they join another group and they travel together for some time. And you will 100% feel that, okay, this is the same group only. They're traveling together only. But at the same time, as the water flows due to the stream, gradually each other move each other, and they glow in different directions. And then again join some other group after some time. Same way, a person is like that straw or a dry leaf which is going in this material world. time is taking, like the water. Time is taking us, and then we belong to a particular group and seriously think I belong to this particular group only. This is my father, this is my mother, this is my sister, this is my brother, this is my uncle, this is my auntie, this is my friend, this is my city, this is my home, this is my school, everything. I very seriously work upon it, very seriously invest all our faith, affection, everything, and due course of time, everything will be dismantled and each one will take their own due course of time and they will gradually move away, move away, move away, move away. And each one will not come back into the same combination based on their characteristics and their guna, their desires of the present life, their activity of the present life. Everybody has different situation in life. The education system, school of our mother, father is different from our school. The food which we ate, where we traveled, what perception we had is different from them. So it is impossible. Very, very rarely we come together due to the family entanglement. In Vedic scriptures, they do yajna, 7 lives, husband and wife. In this way, only 7 lives. They cannot do anything more. That too, very perfect husband will be wife and then wife will be husband. Then they will find some difficulty in their life and the karma will work in such a way that they'll move each other. They'll move away. Even how much of a yajna, how much of a tapadana you say, the same family has to come. I want to enjoy the same property which I gave to my son. So I will come as his grandson. But your son itself will sell the property. Then you will be the grandson vikari without having any property. So the time will take away. Then you will become detached from your father. Then you will move away into another family in the next life. Maximum 1 or 2 lives, that's it. And we keep moving and keep moving in this way. Each of the group, when we go, we think very seriously. And this is my small, what is that? In the previous paragraph, oh my God, how can I throw? In the previous paragraph, the first sentence, you see, limited perception, limited condition, like limited father, limited mother. This the first. Next. A pure devotee cuts off the limited ties of affection for his family. Limited tie. Only one father, one mother. There are millions and millions of living entities and millions of dog father, cat father, many families in all the species and human species also. Many countries and many families in each of the country. Mothers, how many mothers, how many fathers, thinking very seriously, but limited affection, limited ties of affection. Everybody has very, very limited ties of affection. In last life, your mother or father or husband you see in the road, you cannot realize, you cannot recognize. You will just walk away as if you don't know them. So his widens his activities of devotional service for all forgotten souls. So a pure devotee cuts off the limited affection for his family. Means mentally he understands everything based on scriptures and Krishna conscious personalities. Teachings that okay, this is not permanent, but still they are my immediate neighbors, so I can make a very good association. So only when it comes to bhakti yoga, we can practice together as sankirtana. Even the family ties, the one which ties will be the reason for your liberation. The one which entangles you will be the reason for your liberation. So we can make it into a satsanga. If it is not satsanga, it has to be that any affection should be cut off. This is true. Mentally also. But here you see the wonderful thing. Oh my God, Kunti is asking. These Panchapandavas are all devotees. Yadus are all devotees. And if she is a woman, she is not going to leave the family. She has to stay back in the family. There is no protection anywhere for her. So she is going to continue staying with the family. But she is asking to cut off all family affection, which means to broaden into the Krishna conscious service. Means increase the service and decrease this kind of family related activities which entangles one and gives so much frustration continuously. So now they are kings. They are a kingdom. Now they are supposed to rule. They are supposed to engage all the citizens in Krishna consciousness, which Duryodhana failed to do, which Dhritarashtra failed to do. Engage the citizens in Krishna consciousness. So ideal king has to do this, despite he has a family. He has to continue doing his activity. So I want to see the next paragraph. Very, very beautiful. One more reason. Who can do this? Even though it is said that Krishna can cut the knot, actually, who is actually arranging a situation for Krishna to work on that? My situation will be arranged in everybody's life. If they are pure devotee or aspiring for pure devotee, continuously chanting Hare Krishna, sincerely want to progress and want to really become conscious of the Supreme Personality of God, its presence everywhere, such advancement of Krishna consciousness is possible. With great love, see, you may feel that, okay, I got everything and I leave everything. I became hatred towards everybody. So this foolish activity by yogis and jnanis. Yogis and jnanis doesn't understand what is Vairagya. Nijabhakti Yoga, Vairagya, Nijabhakti Yoga. So what is this Nijabhakti Yoga? Nijabhakti Yoga is the yoga which is practiced by Navadvip Vasis, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, like Srivas Thakur and all, lived with the entire family. So Ramanandaraya, he came with the entire family, 5 brothers, all Panchapandavas became 5 brothers, starting from Vaninath. 5 brothers were there, and also Kunti and Pandu, they also came and lived in Jagannath Puri in the next life. And then they were serving under Raja Prataparudra, and they were serving Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the process, having connection with Lord Chaitanya, even as a family, is very, very important. And mentally not very much attached. And what if we want to really progress as pure devotee, Lord Chaitanya, who cuts the knot, is mentioned, internal potency. Internal potency is doing this job of misunderstanding, problems, everything. This is mentioned. Okay. This is mentioned by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Sorry, just 2 minutes, I'll finish it. And very, very important point is mentioned here, which I would like you to see. Just a second, I'll go to the next paragraph. Who is arranging these situations? For example, in the same paragraph, yes, 1 second. Such personalities as Brahmana, a devotee or a king, Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact. Being weak, she prayed to be free from such bondage of family affection. The Lord is addressed as the Lord of the universe, the Lord of universal mind, indicating all-powerful ability to cut the knot of the family affection. Therefore, it is sometimes experienced that the Lord, out of his special affinity towards a weak devotee, even Prabhupada faced this with his wife. His wife's name is Radharani. Many devotees, we can show how come especially there is a family calamity. There is a problem. That is Lord Chaitanya, Krishna's arrangement. Out of his own special affinity towards a weak devotee breaks the family affection by force of circumstance arranged by his all-powerful energy. Krishna is not arranging. Krishna is not, he is supreme enjoyer. He won't arrange. Only his energy arranges. Who is arranging? Internal energy, internal potency. So it is also mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat, if there is a fight between devotees, or if there is a misunderstanding between devotees, then we should not involve in that and take sides, because it is arranged by the supreme powerful energy. Because in order to break the family affection by force of circumstance arranged by all powerful energy, for a weak devotee, affinity towards this weak devotee, all the family affection will be cut off. This is also very beautiful verse where we will be seeing like Vidura. Vidura is very, very submissive to Kuru dynasty. Same like Bhishma. Same like Bhishma is also very subordinate, despite Dhritarashtra cheated the Pandu children, and he took up the kingdom for ruling. He's blind. He had a son, but still Bhishma was supporting. Very ruthless activities. They were trying to kill the Pandavas. They were trying to chase them away to the forest. They were disrobed the daughter-in-law of the family. Everything they were keeping quiet. Such affection, the family tie under their duty in the family. So Vidura was very continuously doing this. Even though ruthless, he feels within the heart so much painful. Why did he do that like that? He's feeling very painful not to do this. But he will do because of the family affection, even if it is wrong. Intelligence will not work, mind will work. Then one fine day, when the war was being arranged, at that time, he told that he told to the king, his elder son of the king, Dhritarashtra was blind, and the eldest brother is Vidura. He told that Vidura is Dharmaraj, Yamaraj himself appeared for preaching purpose. He requested, I want a break and a preaching. So Krishna awarded him a break and a preaching. Then he came. Due to some reason, some money, some pastime, but overall idea is this. So then Vidura was there. And he said that, please don't do this. Krishna is also taking their side, Pandavas. Now the war will happen. Everything will destroy. Instead of that, you take half of the kingdom. Give half of the kingdom. Like Krishna is coming and talking this. If not, Krishna told, give half the kingdom. If not 5 villages, 5 cities. If not 5 cities, 5 villages. If not 5 villages, 5 homes. So nothing will be given to them. This is what was Duryodhana's answer, and Dhritarashtra repeated the same. Then Vidura was telling, don't continue. It will end up in a fight and calamity. So at that time, Duryodhana is speaking very harsh word. Where is the Sudrani's daughter, son? Sorry, Sudrani's son has come, and he started giving advice to the kings. We are all kings. What right he has to come into the palace, stand here and talk? Like this, he is actually uncle. And he has been guiding very nicely and protecting with his very sharp intelligence. He is Vyasadev's son. Even though his mother, who simply carried him in the womb, the semen is actually from Vyasadeva, Vidura. And then he was Sudrani's son, and very worst talk he did. Then immediately he decided. That moment, Prabhupada is explaining, and also the sloka mentions the internal potency of the Lord showered mercy on Vidura. The internal potency of the Lord acted. So here you can see here the potency of the Lord, who is doing this, who is carrying out this misunderstanding, all powerful energy of the Supreme Lord. So it is mentioned, two energy worked at the same time in the same place. How electricity can be used in order to cool something, in order to heat something. AC is also running in electricity. We are getting coolness. And the same electricity is used in the geyser, and we are getting hot water. So, or a blower, which will give heat in America, they have blowers instead of AC, because it's very cold in Canada and all. So they have blowers which will give heat and heating. The same electricity can be done. This electricity is nothing but an energy. So some energy can give cold also, heat also. Same way, the same energy acted as an external energy and internal energy, because external energy is an expansion of internal energy, the last expansion. So there, for Vidura, the internal potency acted, Andaranga Shakti, and for Duryodhana, the Bahiranga Shakti acted. So Duryodhana asked Vidura to get out, and this is a beautiful situation where Vidura can escape from the ruthless activity. He just left the bow and arrow and all his weapon, he threw away on the floor in the palace. And he just walked out of the house, and he never even participated in Kurukshetra war. He went for Kshetra, various places, and he also said to come to Mayapur. He came to Navadvip. This Bhaktivinoda Thakur is mentioning. Vidura came to Mayapur, where thousands and thousands of Vishnu Murtis are there, decorated with Sudarshana Chakra. So thousands of Vishnu temples are there. So Vidura came here. So same energy acted in both. So in this way, the detachment due to some environmental situation where there is a big fight happening, a problem is happening, and then like Prabhupada, he just left home. His wife told, I sold all your Bhagavad Gita scripts for tea. I want to purchase tea. There was no money, so I sold those papers. It was basically lying here. Then Prabhupada left this. There was some situation which is created. Who is arranging this? Therefore, it is sometime experience that the Lord, out of a special affinity towards a weak devotee, breaks the family affection by force of circumstance, arranged by the powerful energy, internal energy is arranging this. So this doesn't mean leaving the house, going out, because Kunti Maharani is talking this. She doesn't leave home. By doing so, he causes the devotee to become completely dependent on him, and thus clears the path for his going back to Godhead. Yogis and Jnanis want Vairagya, they want detachment. They are practicing many years. Many years. Bharata Maharaj practiced, and he became attached to a deer in no time. But devotees, due to this internal potencies, blessings, and Krishna's arrangement of situation, Very quickly they progress, and a great detachment in the heart, more than detachment, a solid attachment on Krishna. Completely dependent on Krishna. That is possible by these calamitical situations. So many examples are there how a calamity situation is arranged by the internal potency of the Lord, and that is actually the desire of the Lord. The energy will fulfill the desire of the energetic. Krishna's desire will be fulfilled with the internal energy. So Krishna desires that some person should be completely dependent on him, completely conscious of him. Then he arranges a very nice, very auspicious situation that a devotee completely becomes dependent on the Supreme Lord instead of somebody. So very beautiful verse. And Kunti Maharani stayed back with the family, but her ties were cut with both of them, because Krishna is going to bless her with a smile and a glance. So this is the blessing. Angani yasya sagalendriya vrittimati. He need not bless by voice. He need not bless by hand. He can just smile, and then he will bless her with all that, and she will become Mahabhagavata devotee. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Puri, and their family was also giving prasadam and all, she was cooking. Her husband was giving in this way. Mainly Jagannath Puri prasadam was distributed by Vaninath. Vaninath is nobody but Yudhishthira Maharaj, who lived in Jagannath Puri and served under King Parataparudra, and fortunately by great fortune Lord Chaitanya was there, and they all enjoyed the transcendental association of Lord Chaitanya. Arjuna also came as Ramananda Raya. He also enjoyed a beautiful association with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in various Sankirtan pastimes and discussion of Krishna Katha. He had the association of beautiful, wonderful devotees. In this way, very Krishna, life after life, protects a pure devotee who is completely attached to him. Even amongst devotees, we should not have this kind of entanglement. It's very important that we see that Kunti, sometimes devotee association. Sometimes people speak so much. One time I was taking a Bhakti Shakti, new Bhakti Vriksha, some new people had come. So I was introducing them to Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and I told them, take the association of Krishna. So there was only one person who was a devotee, who came from some other place, some North India, Northwest India. And he said, Mataji, I'll also come. So he came, and he started arguing so much that association of devotees is more important than association of the holy name. Only chanting we will get only by association with other devotees. Yes, of course, chanting we will get association with pure devotee. Not other devotee, and you forget your Guru Maharaj also. You're so much of the other devotee, blind man guiding blind man, and Madhyamadhikari level and Kanishtadhikari level association, you're so much, but you're totally untouched by a pure devotee who is Uttamadhikari. In this kind of situations are very dangerous, where one may totally lose track, where Kunti is praying despite Panchapandavas are pure devotee. Arjuna is the best friend of Krishna, and other devotees like Vrishnikula, he is directly her daughter-in-law. Arjuna got married to Subhadra. Subhadra is her daughter-in-law in Vrishnikula. Now, how much affection towards her beautiful sister of Krishna also. But despite that, she is asking too severe the knots of all these unnecessary family ties within the heart and fully dependent. So Prabhupada also mentions here, Panchapandavas leave to forest will also come now. In that purport, he is mentioning like how they were Kunti Maharani, Subhadra and Draupadi. The three women were very well trained, so that they didn't even turn back when Panchapandavas went to forest. They didn't even turn back and look. Panchapandavas didn't turn back and look, and these three women were not bewildered. A little bit they thought, oh, what are they doing? Are they going? That's all. And then they continue to execute their Krishna conscious activities. So Prabhupada is mentioning they were very well trained. Point number one. Second is he gives a beautiful example of an aeroplane where a pilot training is happening in the ground. Then you may have all kinds of help, where you turn left, turn, and various scenarios will be created in the ground how if there is a crash going to happen, if the control is lost, how to manage. All ground of pilot training will be done in the ground only. But once you start taking the flight and going on the sky, you may have many association, all your friends, 4 or 5 friends with whom you trained in the ground to fly a plane. You took training and they were all helping. Hey, Babu, do this, do that, do this. They were helping you. But now all 5 of you have taken your own plane and flying in the sky. Then you cannot take the help. Nobody will come and turn your steering away. That is during training only, not in the actual. Same way death comes. When death is coming, you cannot say that he will help association. Each one will die in different places, different situation, different environment. We cannot expect, okay, that Prabhuji, this Mataji will be there to do kirtan for me. The Prabhuji and the Mataji may die before you. Or they may get transferred and go somewhere else. So the blind guiding the blind and putting all the faith on some so-called leader instead of Guru is actually a great wall. The so-called Siksha Gurus or leaders should not act as a wall which is hiding a neophyte devotee from Guru. So Kanishta Adhikari is dependent on Madhyama Adhikari. Madhyama Adhikari should invest all the faith of Kanishta Adhikari also on Guru and pull them into Madhyama Adhikari level. This is very important, faith on pure devotee. For example, if Guru Maharaj is giving a lecture, and the lecture has to be listened from Kanishta Adhikari to Madhyama Adhikari, everybody. Now they are taking up so-called leadership positions and claiming themselves to be big leaders, and the blind guiding the blind. The Madhyama Adhikari tries to take over the Kanishta Adhikari and hides him from Guru or listening to pure devotees' lectures. How important is it to listen from a spiritual master? Anybody who reads scriptures, ask this question. How much importance? Very important, very important. If you are a sincere reader of Srila Prabhupada's books, if you have read Prabhupada Leelamrita, you will understand how important it is to listen from a pure devotee, a spiritual master especially. And when a spiritual master is giving lecture, you are very busy, then at least listen the next day or next week. Very important. If there is a class of Guru Maharaj, not to miss it. Next day or next day, accumulate it and 3-4 lectures, listen. One or 2 days you may miss, that is different. That is not, exceptions are not examples. Regularly when there is a classes, maximum, you should not try to miss it. And your congregation, you are not even giving an opportunity to approach spiritual master directly. You are a leader, and whoever is following you doesn't have an opportunity to have a direct contact with a pure devotee, direct hearing from a pure devotee. They will only hear from you a manipulated matter. You yourself is a conditioned soul. You're trying to liberate yourself with the little baby steps, and you become proud as a leader. Then you are in danger, and all the followers of you are in danger. This is not the way. So it's very essential that listening from a pure devotee and following in his footsteps are very important. And so that even among devotee association, here we can see Kunti is setting a best example. Even among devotee example, the affection should be on the spiritual master. The husband wife may be devotees, but the affection, too much affection should not be between each other. It should be on Guru Maharaj, on the spiritual master and Krishna. At the same time, be best friends. There is no scarcity for love. When there is a love for Krishna prema, then there's no scarcity for love for anybody else. And that love is transcendental in nature. After these knots are cut, after that Kunti Maharani's affection towards Panchapandavas are transcendental in nature, not based on karma. So we have to transfer all the karmic things into transcendental activities, transcendental Devik. Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Very beautiful words. Many questions may arise from this. Why she wants to cut the knot? Panchapandavas are such wonderful devotees. Why? Even when in my family get together, my elder sister is also a very nice devotee. She's nicely serving the local temple. She asked that Panchapandavas were all Vaishnavas. They were all together as five. Why can't we all join together like this? No, but each one have their own services. And simply this so-called attachment will lead. But if it is based on service, not opposing Guru's service, sometimes we see such family ties. We see some people are envious towards our Guru Maharaj or something, or they are competitive, they are feeling competitive. Then we stay away because it will disturb our Guru Maharaj service. So she was asking, then I said, yes, we can be affectionate. There is no problem in being affectionate towards each other. But it should be that Krishna's affection, Guru's affection is so much more. And the reason for this affection should be that. So we should understand what is material and what is spiritual. Very clearly discriminate and invest our faith and all our energy into the spiritual. Okay. So just sharing from my realization and what we saw. At the same time, this purport is giving so much vision into a devotee's life. Okay. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. प्रभु जी हम आपको सुन सकते हैं। पहले
कुंती देवी इस तथ्य से अवगत थी और अबला होने के कारण उन्होंने पारिवारिक स्नेह के बंधन को विच्छिन्न कर देने के लिए प्रार्थना की। तो पारिवारिक स्नेह के बंधन को विच्छिन्न कर देना, विच्छिन्न मतलब तो तोड़ना होता है। ये समय
तोड़ना। प्रभु जी मैं सुन नहीं पाती हूँ। एक मिनट में शेयरिंग स्टॉप कर दूंगी। अभी बोलिए प्रभु। Hare Krishna. Anybody can repeat this question? Can you hear me?
हरे कृष्णा मैम। मैम दिया है इसमें, प्लीज लिसन वेरी केयरफुली।
हिंदी में बोलिए, हिंदी में बोलिए। ये तोड़ना फैमिली का ये बंधन को तोड़ना चाहिए। आपका कोई प्रश्न क्या है? कैसे तोड़ेंगे? क्या क्या प्रश्न है?
हाँ प्रश्न है मैम, इसमें दिया है कि ब्राह्मण भक्त राजा या राजनेता को, जन नेता को अपने अपने कर्तव्य पालन में उदार चेता होना चाहिए। ये उदार चेता क्या होता है? और फिर आगे है, श्रीमती कुंती देवी इस तथ्य से अवगत थी और अबला होने के कारण उन्होंने पारिवारिक स्नेह के बंधन को विच्छिन्न कर देने के लिए प्रार्थना की। पारिवारिक स्नेह में पारिवारिक प्रेम होता है और वो बंधन को विच्छिन्न कर देने के लिए प्रार्थना की। विच्छिन्न मतलब तोड़ना होता है। तो ये क्यों इस प्रार्थना की?
बोलिए प्रभु।
Ma'am, he is asking about that line. Such personalities as a Brahmana, a devotee, a king, or a public leader must be very broad-minded in discharging their respective duties. Srimati Kunti is conscious of this fact and being weak to be free from such bondage of family affection. He wants to understand that why a free from such bondage of family affection. Why she prays?
Why to?
Why she prays?
आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
Why she prayed like that? Very good, very good. क्यों ऐसे प्रार्थना किया, है ना? Why is she praying like that?
कुंती महारानी ऐसा प्रार्थना
और ब्राह्मण king, queen, they have to cut the family bondage in order to put the duty. So why it is like that? ये सीधा सोच नहीं सकता। कोई बंधन में है, उदाहरण के लिए हम धृतराष्ट्र को ले लेंगे। धृतराष्ट्र एक राजा था। सो धृतराष्ट्र ये राजा का तरह फैसला नहीं किया है। उसका बेटा है ना दुर्योधन। Can you hear?
Your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Okay. 1 second. Let me wear earphone.
Ma'am, we are able to hear you. I think Preeti is facing network issue.
Okay. Okay. So ये राजा का ड्यूटी है, राजा का ड्यूटी है ये to take care of the country properly and properly take If you take one example, आप देखेंगे ये युद्ध दुर्योधना, his father Dhritarashtra was very affectionate towards Duryodhana, very affectionate, and the son is a very evil son. The son is an evil son. Even Dhritarashtra was born from Vyasadev, but the son was very evil, and because उसका father Dhritarashtra बहुत बंधन में था उसके बेटे के साथ, इसीलिए वो राजा का तरह फैसला नहीं किया। पंचपांडवों को राज्य देना है, युधिष्ठिर महाराज को राजा बनना है, ये है शास्त्र के वचन, यही सही है। सही क्या है गलत क्या है हम भूल जाते हैं। कभी भी हम फैमिली का अफेक्शन में है, स्पेशली वो राजा है, स्पेशली ब्राह्मण है, वो डिसीजन मेकिंग में होता है। वो डिसीजन मेकिंग में पर्सनल लाइक्स एंड डिसलाइक आ जाता है। मेरा बेटा को ये पसंद है, मेरा फैमिली परिवार के लिए ये चाहिए वो चाहिए करके, they are not taking a decision in the right decision based on the guidance of a brahmana, guidance of proper people. They are just taking decision based on their own family affection. So Kunti Maharani now made a decision. First she said that Krishna, please don't go, who will protect us? Please don't go, my children are there, they want your protection just now. Even after the war, my grandchild Parikshit was about to die. You saved her pregnancy. Now childbirth has to happen, the child has to grow. Panchapandavas has to be alive. Somebody may try Yudhishthira, even Dhritarashtra is still alive and he may poison their food or something. So Krishna, please stay back with us because my children require protection. At the same time, she's thinking, now all the kings are inimical, the Vrishnis also require protection. My in-law family also. So she's related with Krishna, her brother's son. So the brother family also require protection. My in-law family also require protection. My parental family also require protection. So she's very confused. Then she's thinking, gee, instead of taking a proper decision, what has to properly happen? As a king, we need to rule this kingdom. And we do not worry. Ananyas chintayanto mam. But I am thinking Krishna too. The first line you see in the purport. A pure devotee will not ask for any material benefit. But now she is asking like a benefit. Protect us or protect them in this way. Only her family. There are so many people in the world. Krishna has to go and preach and give association to everybody. So she is acting selfishly. So she is telling, like, because of my affection, I am becoming confused. Go there, go here, like this. Not as the proper king's family, I am not taking decision. So please cut this affection. Let my affection be on you so that I can do things rightly, in a right way. Okay, this is my answer. Vrajeshwar Prabhu, you want to answer something?
ओके, सो कुंती महारानी ने इस तरह का प्रार्थना करने का रीजन जो है, कारण, वो प्रभुपाद जी ने परपोर्ट में बताया है कि कुंती महारानी को सब ज्ञान है। इतना तक ज्ञान है कि राजा को भी, एक भक्त को भी, एक ब्राह्मणा को भी अपने ड्यूटी करने में हिचकिचाना नहीं चाहिए। अपने परिवार की वजह से या किसी किस्म का क्या बोलते हैं, बंधन की वजह से उनके अपनी कर्म करने में से वो विचलित नहीं होना चाहिए। इस बात का डर था, इसलिए कुंती देवी को पता है कि मैं बहुत कमजोर हूँ, इसलिए मैं ये सोच रही हूँ। तो इसलिए कमजोर होने की वजह से, ये कमजोर होने का कारण क्या है, कुंती देवी ने सोचा, तो कारण ये है कि उसका जो बंधन अपना वृष्णि परिवार के साथ तथा पांडु परिवार के साथ अपनी मन से जो लगन है, जो बंधन है, वही कारण है जिसकी वजह से वो कमजोर पड़ गई। इसलिए उन्होंने ये प्रार्थना किया कि इस बंधन को आप काट डालो, क्योंकि वैसे भी कटना तो है, तो आप काट डालो ताकि इस बंधन मुक्त हो जाओ। केवल शरीर मुक्त होने से क्या फायदा, इस शरीर को छोड़ के दूसरे शरीर में जाएगा, बंधन तो रहता है। तो बंधन मुक्त हो जाऊं तभी मैं आपके बारे में सोच सकूं, आपके ऊपर निर्भर रह सकूं। ये बंधन ऐसा चीज है कि ये भगवान को छोड़ के जिनके साथ उनका बंधन है उनके ऊपर निर्भर करने लगते हैं, और कुंती को ये पसंद नहीं है। कुंती चाहती है कि परिपूर्ण रूप से वो कृष्ण भगवान के ऊपर ही निर्भर रहे, सदा खाली खाली। इसलिए कुंती देवी ने ये प्रार्थना किया कि मेरे जो बंधन दो परिवार के साथ है, एक पांडु परिवार और एक वृष्णि परिवार, इन दोनों परिवार के साथ मेरा नाता को आप बिल्कुल तोड़ दीजिए, ताकि मैं और कोई भी नहीं है मेरे लिए, केवल आप हैं और केवल आपके ऊपर मैं निर्भर रहूं, और यही मेरे लिए उचित है। इसलिए कुंती महारानी ने यह प्रार्थना की।
धन्यवाद प्रभु।
Hari bol, dhanyawad. So any other questions or comments or realization, please share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So thank you very much for the association, and we will have our chanting session continue tomorrow early morning at 5:30, 5 o'clock, followed by Srimad Bhagavatam class. Till then, be Krishna conscious and preach Krishna conscious. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
जय
Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
जय
जय
Patita Pavan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
जय
Bhagavat Satsang ki jai.
जय
Thank you very much.
जय
Kalpataru Vyasya Kripa Sindhu
पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च
Vaishnaveभ्यो
पतितानां
नमो
पावनेभ्यो
नमः।
वैष्णवेभ्यो